Can the order of alcohol consumption change how bad your hangover is? As alcohol is possibly the second oldest pastime of humans, there will be many myths about it. One is that wine before beer, you'll feel mighty queer. Beer before wine, you'll feel fine. Let's test this today. According to the National Geographic, evidence suggests that humans have enjoyed and purposely produced alcohol for over 9,000 years. We humans are not the only creatures with this love of booze. Many other animals seek out alcohol, including all insects, as well as moose, elephants, and squirrels. This is possibly due to the high density of energy that can be obtained from the high amounts of sugar in alcohol. Alcohol itself is made from the fermentation and distillation of biotic material, usually grain, fruit, or tubers, things like potatoes. But alcohol can also be made of milk or honey. Beer is one of the oldest alcohols. It is made of grain and tends to be carbonated. It also tends to have a low alcohol percentage, around 4%, while wine is an alcohol made from fruit, usually grape, and is around 12 to 16% alcohol, with some notable exceptions, including champagne. It is not carbonated. I have been unable to determine where the proverb about mixing alcohols originated from, but I can say that this myth is both old and very prevalent. There are accounts from the United States all the way out to Russia, each with minor changes, but the core concept is the same. If you drink alcohol and then you drink another type of alcohol made from a different base material, you will get a worse hangover. But if you drink it the other way around, you'll be okay. I have found that this myth is somewhat true. From what I can tell, that science has not come to a consensus on this myth. There have been experiments conducted where two groups of people were given beer and wine, both in the same amount of beer and wine. The group which was given beer first had much the same reaction to the group that was given wine first. But there have also been surveys conducted where people were asked if they had a worse hangover from wine first or from beer first. But they found that it was worse when they had wine before they had beer. I have a theory over why both are technically correct, as the difference is how fast and how much alcohol is consumed. Wine is a usually higher percentage alcohol, but is not carbonated, while beer is a lesser percent, but is carbonated. This means that if you drink wine first, you have had more alcohol because it will take longer for the alcohol to dissolve into your bloodstream. Then when you move on to beer, you think that you're less drunk than you are. While if you drink beer first, you will have drunk alcohol more quickly because the carbonation and the chilling effect will more quickly take the alcohol into your body. So you will think that you are drunker than you probably are. And then when you drink the wine, that will be dissolved more slowly into your bloodstream, meaning that its effects will be felt later on, worsening the hangover. This is entirely based down to how the alcohol is absorbed and measured by your body. When alcohol is drunk, a small portion is dissolved under the mouth, in the mouth under the tongue, sublingually, and is taken into the bloodstream, as well as a small portion is taken in from the lungs, as it is aerosolized in the air. Roughly 20% of the alcohol is absorbed in the stomach and 80% in the small intestines. The temperature of the contents changes how quickly the alcohol is absorbed. Warm alcohol, like a heated alcohol, and a cold alcohol is absorbed more quickly, while a carbonated alcohol is also absorbed more quickly. So something which is hot and bubbly, or cold and bubbly, is absorbed fastest, like a beer is, while something which is not bubbly and is room temperature is absorbed more slowly. According to Johns Hopkins Hospital, alcohol takes up to 72 hours to fully digest. This means that your hangover can last up to 72 hours, or possibly more, depending on how much damage you've done to your body. When alcohol enters your bloodstream after you've drunk it, it's moved around your body, and as it's moved through the blood, the cells will take out the alcohol and attempt to use it as glucose. The problem with this is that the mitochondria will burn it like it's glucose, but it will also, in addition to everything which glucose will make, it will also make acetic acid, which is known as the main acid in vinegar. This, as you can imagine, will cause issues. In addition to that, the alcohol itself, when it reaches the brain, will destroy dendrites. These are the connections between the neurons and the brain. This is one of the reasons why you get headaches, as well as decreased inhibitions and muscular control. In some people, this also means that they will lose some of their memory from the previous night. The liver will be the first organ to attempt to convert the alcohol into something which is more easily destroyed or gotten out of the body, excreted. Its first process uses something called alcohol dehydrogenase. This is an enzyme which breaks the alcohol down into acetaldehyde. The second enzyme is called aldehyde dehydrogenase, which converts the acetaldehyde into an acetate, which is then excreted through the kidneys and out into the urine. The acetate also produces cellulose. It's made in cellulose, which is why some drinkers, especially long-term drinkers who drink a lot over time, get what is known as a beer belly, is that they build up cellulose, which is a form of fat. It's also used to be used in the processing of film, which just shows you how bad it is for you, I suppose. Just some final tips as this video comes to a close. If you're going to drink slowly and know how much you can handle. The issue isn't really whether you are drinking wine or beer first, is that you're drinking too much alcohol and you're overestimating how much you can drink. Never drink on an empty stomach, always eat something, particularly something high in carbohydrates and fat. These won't necessarily decrease the amount of alcohol you consume, though this will slow the amount of alcohol you're going to take into your body, meaning that your liver and brain will not be overworked overly quickly. It will also help you excrete some of your alcohol in your manure. Though be careful with this, because it will also mean that you will take your alcohol in more slowly, meaning that you might think that you're taking your alcohol better than you are. Also, drink water, a lot of water before you drink, because that means that your kidneys will have a lot of water to help excrete the alcohol through. Because once the acetate is being excreted through the liver, it will require a lot of water to help flush it out. Drink slowly, don't drink too much. That's all I can really say about that. All of my sources will be in the description, and please check out any other videos on my channel. Thank you.